In this video, I am going to show you how to create a basic cylinder shape on the pottery wheel. I start by attaching the clay that I've wedged onto the wheel as close to the center as I can. And then I'm setting up so that the whole first part of this is done on the highest speed of my wheel. My elbows are braced, I use lots of water. And I start by compressing the clay into a cone shape. And I will use this part of my hand right here to push the clay down back to the tuna can shape. And then water and up again. And then back down. And then back up. And then usually cone the clay 3 times to get the water evenly through and to remove any remaining air pockets. Then, before putting a hole in the center of the clay, I'm careful to make sure that I've got it centered and gentle release. To put a hole in the center, I've got both elbows braced, put my thumbs together and gently press down into the center. It dries out quick, so add more water, carry down, and if you want to check the depth, which I recommend for beginners, you'll stop the wheel at this point and you can use your pin tool to push into the bottom of the clay, put your finger at the base and then gently pull it up to see how thick the clay is at the bottom, at the base. So you're looking for about 1 centimeter of thickness if you're making something small, and then thicker if it's something bigger. I'll restart the wheel, and now I'm going to open the clay across the bottom like this. So I put my fingers in to the bottom and then pull straight across. And now that the clay is getting wider and taller, I'll start to slow the wheel down. I'm going to use my sponge to compress and smooth the bottom. Add more water, and then I'm going into the base and I'll squeeze and gently move my fingers up. So down at the bottom, make a little groove, and then I'm just compressing my fingers, bringing them up. More water. If your fingers are sticking to the clay, then you just need to use a bit more water. So every time I take my hands off the clay, I dip them into the bucket and get some more water. And then I'm just doing this up at the top so that I can compress that top edge. And it's getting taller, so I'm going slower again. And usually to make a basic cylinder, you'll want to keep compressing the clay in a bit like this so that it doesn't flare out into a bowl shape. And usually I will do 3 pulls from the bottom to the top. And what you're looking for is an even thickness from the bottom of the clay to the top of the clay. There we go, a basic cylinder. Once you have a cylinder shape, then you can move on to creating other forms.